Nina, you're live.
I see. Mom, like that. Look how packaging I see.
That's good. I'm on just tired of doing my clothes for the rest of Here, all your stuff, line up your field or region.
Cookie dough.
What?
Cookie dough.
For real?
Yeah.
Online?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, reconnect. Yeah, reconnected you. Yeah, something happened just now.
So, so, Valley, you know, it's like basically like tropical Brooklyn, just like gentrification everywhere, and just extreme gap between wealthy and poor, and everything just felt like a scam. Everything was just like, it was hot. I didn't realize how much I don't like the heat, even though I live in Merida now. It's like, that shit is tough. And, yeah. So Bali was a big awakening in many ways in terms of like traveling for the first time, making those first travel mistakes, left your home country to live somewhere else. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And then on top of it, journeying into motherhood at the same time, having a rapid life change. Personally, within me and Cameron's relationship,
Oh yeah, Bobby told me almost broke up, right?
yeah, Bali, we were like,
I can't remember, but you said that.
yeah, I was just like, I think I was dealing with a lot of post-depression and anxiety, and I didn't really know that's what it was. And a lot of it was coming out, like, not to Cameron, but like on Cameron, and at Cameron. Um, didn't really have the tools or awareness to express or address it. And on top of it, you know, this whole idea of what life abroad was gonna be, you know, I feel like Bali especially is that place where like everybody's taking Instagram photos and you're on the beach living your best life, and then here I am with like, you know, you postpartum, it still looks like you're pregnant, but you're not pregnant. Hormonal and sweaty already, and then now it's hot. You can stop taking your legs, please. And yeah, so like just this idea of myself in Bali, like, oh, having fun on the beach, going out at night. I was like, that's not happening. I have a whole 2-month-old baby strapped to me at all times. I don't recognize myself when I look in the mirror. It's like, who is this person? And yeah, it was a lot. So I was like just kind of taking it out on camera and just being really, what was I even doing?
I can't remember. I don't remember you doing any of the things you're talking about. Like I remember being like a little tired, maybe like one or twice or whatever, but I don't remember you really taking anything out on me to that.
think I was just like being really, like nothing could satisfy me, like nothing you could do would help. Like, and I think I was just being, I don't know, it's like a lot of time for me, like if you're somebody I'm comfortable around, it's great because you get like, you know, I can be very vulnerable with you in a positive way, and like, you know, cry and let you in and let you see my emotions, like range of emotions, but within that range is also like rage and irritation, and it's like if I feel comfortable around you enough to show you the good parts of me, I also feel comfortable around you to show you the bad parts. And Kevin was definitely getting me
waves of
it. Yeah, and I remember being in our apartment in Bali, and we were in the bed, and that time Nina was asleep. And you said to me at one point, you're like, I don't want to have to break up with you. Like, don't make me do this. And I was like, fuck yeah, you're so right. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't even really know what changed. Because Thailand wasn't like that.
No, I think you finally caught wind of like you were feeling sweet. Cause I always told you I'd be like, you wanted to come to Bali, now you're here and you're unhappy. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of unfair to me to like ask me to do something and then to just still be
Unhappy.
and then like kind of making me suffer for it. It's like,
Right, yeah, that's what it was. That's definitely what it was.
that was definitely
You
a big part
asked
of
to
it.
be here.
Yeah.
I helped you get here. And now you're unhappy and like, what the heck?
Yeah, that was definitely one of the things I was confused about.
Yeah.
And so people think when you travel, there's no issues. Like you're not, like I put your relationship issues on steroids.
Yeah, it does.
So if you can't survive it,
Because like before, like we didn't even have issues. So it's like I feel like it was honestly our first time being like, oh, these are our issues.
yeah, and we're either gonna sink or swim. And we definitely swim. We definitely swim. I feel like we weren't.
Luckily we swim.
If I tell you I'm gonna break up with you, I don't think we're close. Like I'm very, very honest about where we are and things. And it's like, bro, don't make me. If we're headed in that direction, I'll be like, well, let's not go there.
Yeah, it didn't feel close, like it was about to happen, but it was the closest we had ever been.
Yes. Yes.
And I think like also like it's like kind of like what I said, like not just having you know, people be having a baby and still, you know, they don't leave and go across the world, they're still in their home, they're still in their comfortable place, like, and they still are talking about like divorce. I was talking to one friend, he was like, yeah, it was like every day we contemplated divorce after our child was born, and then slowly it turned to every other day, and then slowly it turned to once a week, and then slowly it turned to every other week, and then until finally it was just like, oh no, I think we're good. And I think that's kind of what happened, is like just time and like adjustment, and also like leaving Bali.
Yeah.
Because we got to Thailand and we was chilling. It was tough because like Cameron, when we were in Thailand, Cameron was trying to find a job, and because basically we just wasted a lot of fucking money in Bali, like so much money, and a lot of the money we had to travel with was dwindling, and so yeah, Cameron needed to use the boot camp he had done before we left to like find me a job in UX design, and it was just like I remember him locking himself in the room, shutting the shades, turning the lights off, laptop on, applying to jobs like it was his job, like clocking in at a certain time, not leaving until a certain time. So a lot of it was like just me and Nina kind of alone, but I was in a better place, so it didn't really matter. Like it wasn't as sad. Like if you had done that in Bali,
Yeah.
yeah, we would have been over. But I felt like better, and I was like able to just more used to motherhood, better being able to like express and identify my emotions. And yeah, I think I also knew the importance of what you were doing, and you know, you had to get jobs. That's just what needed to happen. And I couldn't work at that time, so like I can't really have as much of a say if I'm not the one putting in the work to get the funds. So, but then it was nice because we still did have time to do things like eating freaking Maya Mall burgers every day, and yeah, honestly just going to the mall and just walking around Chiang Mai. So yeah, that was definitely a better time. And oh, you know what I think was also happening too? I think I was like starting to exercise more regularly and feeling like back in my body. Because Bali, like, I think also Bali is just like, because it's so whitewashed now, and there's all these like yoga influencers and people from like wealthy people from all over coming there. It's like, you know, yeah, these people are all, oh, wellness, 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 but then they're like getting Botox on the weekends still, and like I was just in view constantly of all these like perfect bodies of people who like are probably trust fund babies and like don't really have to work and don't have the same responsibilities that I do and don't just have a baby. So I was like in these yoga classes with these types of people and just like, oh man, like I feel so uncomfortable in my skin. And you know, I felt good, like it felt good to do the yoga, but it was still just like a reminder of like, yeah, this is where I'm at right now. And then getting to Thailand, we had a gym in our apartment building, and yeah, I just felt better, like I felt more on track, felt like I had more time to spend to myself. Like Nina was having a more regular sleep schedule. Oh man, I'm messing this braid up. And yeah, everything just felt like a little more manageable. And yeah, I don't know. That's my entrance into travelhood, mother stuff. I think one thing too, which is like kind of nice. I don't really remember this as much in Bali. A little bit more with the local people than anything, but people like have a baby. People be doing a lot for you. People are really interested in you, especially if you're like from somewhere else. Like a foreigner baby in Asia is like, oh god. Okay, I'm really messing this bird up, Nina. We have a 7 really good. That was a nice part about traveling with a kid. Oh, okay, I'm kind of coughing here. Do you want to get it real quick?
Yeah, you must have.
There's a timer for
How long?
3 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's a code. What is the code? Seven, 1, 2. Okay, come back down.
Aw, man.
Okay, pick something else. Yep. Head down. No, you need to do something extra. Number bullets, please.
My head
Okay, try again. Okay. What else about travel? Yeah, so when you have a kid, it's like, especially in Asia, like, man, people love little foreigner babies. And, people were really, like, quick to show interest in us, which, like, wasn't always a good thing, to be honest. Sometimes people just, like, don't really understand, like, not always trying to take pictures with them or like have a conversation or whatever. So thank you so much. You gotta put your head down.
because it hurts.
Just that much good, okay?
Sharpen my marker. Sharpen my marker. I have no clue where I put my marker.
Did you bring it outside?
Oh yeah, I took it. Well, I'm coming up with gold over here, man.
What?
Because I'm starting to see my thought process behind the things that I've done.
Just like business goals, life goals,
No,
none of those things?
no. So like, I'm having to explain to someone. So with making money in crypto or whatever, there are people who have a ton of money, but that didn't mean that doesn't mean they know what to do or how to make it. They were just right place, right time. There's a lot of guys in crypto who are like right place, right time, and they make a big platform and they make a lot of noise because they made it, but they don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
So how can I tell someone that I know what I'm talking about, I've made the money, and I can tell you how to do it, not necessarily the way I did it, but I can show you how to make it. And so thinking about it, and it all makes sense. It's like this is the method I used. But if you're more into risk, then you use this method. And then also, like, there are structures to it. There are categories, there are like trends, like crypto is more of a sentiment market. You have to know how to tap in, but there are things that are foundational that have not changed since it started. And because I've been in it for so long, I've just sat and I've watched. Market goes up, you stay the same. Market goes down, you stay the same. So now I'm seeing how can I teach someone that.
Right.
And it's making sense. It makes perfect sense.
That's cool. break and you can fix your own water.
Oh, it's coffee.
Have a sip of mine.
Right now?
No. Is anybody on spot?
Yeah, there was a few people on.
I love seeing this type of content. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I guess like also learning to do Nina's hair was a big part of motherhood. She's a different hair texture, like obviously than mine, and so just learning like how to care for it was really important to me, especially like being in a mixed family. Like really had to learn from other women of color, just like the history of trauma behind hair for Black women especially, and you know, not wanting to add to that or like continue that path. You know, I remember Cameron telling me that there's so many years she had to chemically straighten her hair and do all this stuff just so she'd be accepted in certain areas or so she'd get success. Or Cameron telling me stories of his cousins like just get just hair ripped out their heads just trying to get it, you know, to look a certain way. And you know,
How many years without their heads?
a lot.
All of their hands?
No, not all, but you know, me being the color that I am and her being the color she is, just trying to be really mindful of like my attitude towards her hair, my intention towards her hair. Not that there was anything ever bad, but just like making sure that she knows it's beautiful. She knows that I think it's beautiful, and you know, having her a part of the process, caring for it, loving for it. I need to get a straw or something. But yeah, so I learned a lot from my friend who used to live with us, travel with us. She had some tricks and, on Cameron's hair, and just like try to learn what I could. One sip, Nina, okay? You want to sit? One sip. One sip. You want to sit? And YouTube, lots of trial and error. I tried to start when Nina was pretty young. One, so she would be accustomed to like getting her hair done, and then so I could really just like learn. Okay, so her curl pattern is her, like how does her hair hold moisture? Where does she have different textures? Like she definitely has different textures on all different parts of her head. So yeah, it's been cool. And then there was like a big, you know, kind of awareness of like also not feeling like I'm appropriating culture or like putting myself in a place where I don't belong. And sometimes I still kind of feel like that. Sometimes I'm like, man, maybe I should just bring her to a salon and pay somebody that's been doing this for years and is of the culture of like, you know, of doing this. And I definitely want her to at one point like go to somebody just like not only to support like Black-owned businesses like that, but also just so she can see people that look like her taking care of hair that looks like hers as well. And yeah, I think we just haven't because, you know, really haven't been in many places where that's super available. And then even with that, it's like we still kind of have to be careful about like people putting too much tension on her hair or like projecting things about her onto her. Like there's also that's still kind of an issue in those spaces sometimes. But yeah, so just like really being mindful of all of that, but it's also just deeper to do it myself. And it can be bonding time for me and her. We can just watch what she wants to watch, see what she's into. Definitely be fighting sometimes. It's hard work, but yeah, I think we do pretty well together. What do you think, Nina?
Well,
About me doing your hair?
good. But I don't really want you to do this because it was just that I had that you thought that I had these bugs in my hair or what are those?
Oh yeah, well no, this morning we thought it was lice. Turns out she's been having problems with her scalp being really dry. I think it's the water here, like the hard water, because like her hair is also like it eats up moisture, but then it's like I can't use certain oils, like certain oils are still too heavy, so it's been like a balance of trying to find the products and the right wash schedule, and then on top of it, the hard water here just can really mess with people's pH balance on their scalps, and yeah, so she's been having some issues with really dry scalp. But I've noticed that when I do braids like this, or like more protective styles, one, it definitely holds the moisture in for longer, but then also like I can just see her scalp better and like have access to her scalp. Whereas like it's just out or like just in ponytails, pigtails, whatever, it's like I can't really get to it and stay on top of moisturizing it the way I can when it's in braids like this. So that's why we're doing this. It's not Nina's favorite activity, but you know, she gets to watch TV at least while she does it. Yeah, a lot of people like tell me like, oh, you should definitely like have pay you to do their kids' hair, but I don't know. I really only know like I don't know if I could do this on other people's hair. I really don't. I just know that I know how to do it for Nina. And you know, I don't want to market myself. It's like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. Like I have not been to hairstyling school. I have not done any. All I've been doing is my daughter's hair for so long. So it's really not even that long. Yeah, it's
Not Flippy.
yeah, please, Flippy.
Yeah, no, Flippy. I said Flippy. Because it's Flea and it's a P.
Yeah.
And he's P.
Yep, probably. That's another thing I guess we could talk about is like what we let Nina watch and don't watch. Definitely are not a blippy type of family. Like,
I don't want no blippy.
usually when like everybody is talking about something, we're going in the opposite direction.
Can I put my head on that?
No, I'll tell you when. Do you need a break?
Yeah.
Okay, take like a 10-second break. Put it up. Stretch it back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For years. Okay.
Everything you said, I like.
I know, and that's why it's like I think I'm confused.
I don't think you're confused. I feel like you just don't want to accept what it is that you feel.
Which is
Because it's like your thoughts and your feelings are separate. Like, I should feel this way. And it's like, no, you should feel exactly how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
You always like, why do I feel this way? It's like, bro, you don't have to feel anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you say, you know, this is how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless.
What?
Remember when it was like, you have to immediately feel this big connection with your kid, and you're always like, bro, you don't have to do anything. Like, your motherhood experience is yours.
Yeah. Sure.
There's like too much Hallmark channel, too many wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Rot your brain watching too many rom-coms.
Yeah, man, that's another thing. Like, I really like when people tell me about my kids, like, especially like before they can speak, when they're like, oh, like, he loves you so much, like, he looks at you with so much love. And it's like, I do not know what this 15-month-old thing is thinking, doing. It's like, I don't know. I don't like people attaching stuff to them, and it's like they can't even talk. And the idea of love is like so complicated and convoluted and
Muddled.
right. And it's like, does a dog really love its owner, or is it just the thing that like gives them housing and food and like is their secure attachment?
And then they find the most sentimental Instagram story to just like solidify the fact that this is what it is.
Right.
When really, Stockholm syndrome is a thing.
Right, yeah. It's like, oh, he loves you so much. And it's like, yeah, and then he'd also be hitting me and screaming and crying.
Right.
And
Does the dog have a choice? Can there be a day where the dog doesn't like you?
yeah, that, and it's like, okay, but then like, okay, he's saying, oh, he's like giving me a hug, like, oh, he loves you so much, and okay, well, I don't see when he's hitting, screaming at me and being like, wow, your son really fucking hates you. It's like, it's the same thing. It's like we like to attach to the positive one, and just like with the negative one, it's like, oh, that's just, you know, it's the baby. It's like, I don't like that people don't do it for both. If you can't do it for both, then the other one isn't. I think it's the first time I think I've put it in like words and a perspective like that, and that shit makes even more sense to me. Because the fact that nobody tells me like, oh wow, like your son really hates you.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like, just because he hugged me doesn't mean he loves me. Just because he looked at me this way or blah, 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 doesn't mean he loves me. The same way, just because he hit me and screamed at me and blah, 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 doesn't mean he hates me.
People like to put things in extreme categories.
Yeah.
It's okay. They can do that as long as they leave me alone.
Yeah, right. Just don't say it to me. Oh. I still gotta do a whole other half of her head. Woo.
Hey, tell them about that gun line, boss.
What? Gun line? Is that your song?
You don't know about that gun line?
Mm-mm.
Yo, that's wild. Becca, you know about the gun line, but you tripping.
You can bring it up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here,
Hey, we got the gun line. Bro, you're looking so confused. I failed you.
I failed you. I failed you miserably. You know, I failed you. Here in State Mississippi, we have a gun line. We don't have fences here at Camp 8.
Oh, like,
I failed you.
like,
I failed you.
sorry.
I failed you.
Full responsibility.
I've only seen that movie once.
I failed you, basically. We need to watch that thing tonight.
Did you call? See what time is? So that is thing. And what is it? She's having a performance?
Yeah, that's wild that you failed that. I was like, man, Becca saying you did right. You bring it down. No. And then, the worst part about it, you repeated the gun. That made it even worse.
Yeah, you can keep your head up for a sec. Yes, mom's caring for daughters.
Huh?
Caring for daughters, you're doing a good job. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. You're trying. Last sit, this sit, you're gonna be, I wanna stunt your growth. anything people want to hear on here, you know, put it in the comments. I can talk about it.
I'm gonna cook lunch. What time is it?
11:23.
Interesting. We having you in a home and not having to go to school.
Mm-hmm. What else? Motherhood wise. I think one thing that I'm really trying to do that I still catch myself on is not put my own limiting beliefs on my child. I think that's hard.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, now you understand.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I think I still have a lot of like societal etiquette, like, oh no, we can't do this, or oh no, we can't be loud here, or we can't blah 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 blah. And sometimes it's like, yeah, we gotta chill. Like, let's not. It's not always time to push boundaries. But I think I'm trying to learn to recognize like when it's okay to like not give a shit about rules or like what people think or you know, like one thing I think I love about me that has really like helped me feel good is like, you know, Nina, she has like a very individualistic style. Like when Nina started dressing herself, it's what she wants, when she wants. And I like that. And I think that was a really nice thing for me to do as a mother, is like just let her, okay, if she wants to wear 3 layers of things that don't match, and one sock this color and one sock another color, and these shoes and, you know, a hair tie here and a bow here and this and that. Right, and that's cool, and I like that, and I like that you have your own style. You're not just like, oh, everything has to be so put together and everything has to match. It's exactly what she wants when she wants it, and you know, I think there's definitely times as a girl growing up when it's like, oh no, you can't wear that, or like, oh no, that doesn't match, or you know, just like you have to look a certain way, or. You know, it's been times where like my family's told me like, oh no, you can't wear that. It's gonna look like we don't have money here. It's gonna look like we don't blah 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 blah. And I don't want to do that to her. I don't think that shit matters. And yeah, so Nina has really kind of helped, I guess, heal my inner child in that way of just like she's so free and she's so unique, and I love that about her. It's like helps me try to be free and unique, and there's definitely times where it's like 103 degrees out and I have to be like, no, Nina, you cannot wear a long sleeve and a sweater and a skirt and pants because you're gonna dehydrate and die. But for the most part, we just try to let her rock, and it's cool seeing like people's response to it, because you know, a lot of little girls get like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so cute, and when people say that to me, and she's like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not a princess. I'm a soldier. I'm a rock star. I'm a whatever. Or, you know, like she doesn't just get the usual. Like when she gets little compliments, she's like, no. It's like she can suss that out. And then like
An example, because that's when there's.
Huh?
That's when you gotta give an example.
Like when we were on the plane.
Oh yeah, that lady
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, she was like, oh, you're such a pretty little princess. And he was like, no, I'm not. And so he was like, oh, yes, you are. Don't ever let anybody tell you you're not a princess. And she was like, Nina was like, I'm not a princess. And this lady just kept going. And it's like, she just didn't have any concept that like a little girl could not want to be a pretty little princess. And yeah, it was like really frustrating with Nina. And you know, I think that's one thing that's cool about her too, is she's not afraid to just be like, no, I don't like that. Or, like, that's not what I am. And she definitely has times where she's like, you know, she'll dress up or she'll do that stuff, but versatile, and she doesn't just fit this one box. And it's cool when people see that. Like, it's cool when people be like, wow, you're so unique, or like, she has so much spunk, or like, she's just like, she's so quirky and
Advanced for her age.
advanced in her age, yeah, like a lot of things. And yeah, that's definitely
That's one example. The other one is the Halloween thing. When they were like, "Oh, what are you gonna be for Halloween?" And they were like, "You're gonna be a princess or something." And she's like, "No, I'm gonna be the Scream Mask."
Yes.
And
yeah.
then
They're like, oh, that's so scary.
"Are you sure?"
Right, yeah. She's like, yeah. It's like, she's never seen Scream. She's seen The Mask, and she likes it. Like, it's okay for little girls to like scary things. And not just be pretty princess all the time, or like, I don't know, like a lot of times even if they are doing something that's not princess, it still has to be like cute or pretty or like, you know.
Yeah, people like to put them in.
Being like dirty and weird and.
People like to put people in categories because it's a lot easier for them to digest and understand what it is that's going on. It's like a little girl's not doing it. She's a tomboy. It's like, can she just like cars?
Right.
Can like, it's like, it's too much. But you know, if you actually had to identify every single person that you met and figure out how they're different than everyone else, you'd actually have to think. A lot of times I do that. But what do I know?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. What?
Can I breathe with my head out?
Yeah, I don't know why you're putting it so far down. You don't have to.
Because, you know, I just pushed so down.
Sorry, I won't push as much. Put it like regular. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Julian teaches us about the world and ourselves and our parenting. So far, Julian, I don't know, what's he taught us so far? Yeah.
I was actually the other day, I put this on our next video coming up. I talked about how I was asked about, you know, now that you have a son, is there a different feeling? And at first I was like, nah, bro, my daughter, you know, Nina checks all the boxes for me. And she does. She checks all the boxes, but there's this one box that I did not know even existed until I saw him the other day. It was like in the morning. And he basically, it was like, you are younger me. Like, I can see it. I can really, really relate to it. I was like, man, this is my chance to kind of heal some of the things from my own childhood. And I do that with Nina as well, but it's like with Julian, it felt like, man, this is my son. Yeah, it felt a little bit more close to home.
Yeah, I feel that with Nina.
I didn't feel that at first, because Nina's so real, bro. You know, my child is like, I'm trying to get the... Exactly. You're right. Can you hand me the block, charging block? Here you go. Just bring it closer. I just need to plug it up.
I know, it's just really like tied up.
No, Nina. No, Nina, no. Nina, no. Here. Okay.
Yeah, I think I also like see a lot of my own personality in Julian already. Like, the boy has no chill.
The boy has no chill.
Boy has no patience, and he gets really frustrated when he can't, like when his physical ability or just like inability like incapacitates him. And woo, man, I get you, bro. I feel you, because like when I can't do something and I'm like, I don't know, like I just can't get it, I get frustrated, I get mad. Like the other day, jiu-jitsu, like I couldn't get whatever throw that was, and it's like, you know, Cameron, when that happens, he's just like, let me think about it. Let me look at it from this way, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, duh! Like, Julian be doing the same thing.
Yeah, he's got his mother's frustration.
Yeah, his frustration is definitely mine. And his hot and cold nature, he'll be laughing once and then slapping me in the face the next. And yeah, it's a little familiar for me. So, which color am I looking like? And that's another thing too with them as siblings.
Somebody asked a question.
Huh?
They said, what are your tips in your daughter's hair? It's a learning curve for me with my daughter, so I need all the advice from the pros.
Well, would not call myself a pro, but I can share with you what I do. In terms of like braiding like this, I usually start with her hair as clean as possible, and then moisturize it with like whatever sort of leave-in conditioner I have. And I usually have a style in mind that I want going into it. Today, sort of, kind of, not really. That's why it's honestly like a little messier than normal. But when you have the style, you just kind of start sectioning the way you want it. I really wish I had like those metal clips to like part hair away and stuff and just make it a winner. Because that, you know, I think would really help. But usually I use like a heavier like pomade type thing on the edges, just really like get the lines clean, separate all those little hairs so I know like where every little hair is going and so other things don't get in the way. So I'll put it like down the part lines, I guess, and then that just like keeps the lines kind of clean. And then I'll use this gel or like a braiding gel for the rest of the hair, just so that I don't have a lot of flyaways and so that I can like put moisture in her hair as I'm braiding it as well. And I do really small sections when I pick up hair for each like part of the braid. So I'll start with like the very tip of the braid, get the 3 sections, start braiding a little bit, and then when I pick up hair, it's usually like very small sections and just trying to keep the braid and the hairline like at the same level. Like I don't want the braid to be here and I'm picking up hair from like down here. It's like if the braid end is here, it's just like right here, kind of keeping it really tight. And then, yeah, so those are the products that I use that really help kind of keep everything clean and tight. And then here, you can put your head up. Then when I get towards the end, to just kind of like lock the braid out. Usually it's just like more to like lock the braid out while I'm putting the beads together and everything. I'll either put a little bit more of the gel or that pomade right at the end. I use this little braiding tool just to get the beads, or a loop tool to get the beads on there. I have done it without this. You just really gotta kind of like put like a lot of pomade so the hair is really tight and I can slip the beads on. But the braiding tool is like really helpful. And then I just put the elastic band over that last braid. If there's any loose hair that's not braided, I just kind of like wrap it around itself, and then I put the hair tie on. I can show you on the next side, but yeah, it's been a lot of practice and trial and error, honestly. Nina is not very accustomed to using like a silk cap or a bonnet at night, which I'm trying to get more into the habit to, just so her hair can retain a bit more moisture and so the styles can last a bit longer. Trying to think, I don't know, does that answer your question? Let me see. Yeah, if there's anything else, like you have more specific questions about, let me know. It's really just like having the right products, the right tools. I like using this brush to section. I haven't really had much problems, but I know people use like the brush. It's like, it looks like this, and then like a little metal handle on it with like the skinny point on the end to section. But yeah, I try to like get her set up with something as well, so she's occupied, and try to make her comfortable, snacks, whatever she needs. So like, and also like, yeah, we can get your snack on.
And I'm thirsty.
Okay. So just like getting her comfortable, and also getting her at like a good height for me. It's like I've done it where I'm like this for like whole day, and then my back hurts, and so it's like keeping your own posture is you know, you gotta keep your endurance up, because it can be a long process. So like making sure you're ergonomically positioned well, just like setting yourself up well. But yeah, that's kind of all I got for right now. Do you want to give you your snack?
I'm thirsty.
Okay, pause that and help me out for a bit. Get a cup. Sweet, would you mind sharing where you get some of the tools products? I assume Sally Beauty. It does take a good half hour. Oh yeah, whew, man, for me it takes longer. Like, I'm not a fast braider at all.
This is eggs.
Yeah, Nina got some egg. Yeah, I'm not a quick braider. We also take like a lot of breaks. Like, I need to stretch, and I have Julian, so like we take a lot of breaks. So sometimes it takes a good 2-3 hours, honestly, to do her whole head. Just because like I'm pretty slow-witted still. But yeah, products. I get a lot at Sally Beauty. If we're in Atlanta, especially, like I kind of restock up everything. Just got like the beauty supply stores there. And I've also been really interested in some of my own products. Like Cam's cousin made a flaxseed gel for her hair, so that's been something I've wanted to try, to like replace this sort of gel. But so yeah, that's, and then even here in Mexico, there's like Sally Beauty stores, but then usually like even just at the Chedraui or Walmart, there's like, they still have Bantu products. They have also they have Maui products, which are nice, like they're aloe based, and they have a lot of moisture. Like this I got here in Mexico. And then
My bottle's not working.
is the straw in it?
I forgot it was in my pocket
Mm-hmm.
when we went to the store.
So if you just tip it like your other one, you know what I mean? The beads are actually from like a jewelry beading kit. Her grandma got her a thing to make bracelets with, and we do use it, and we also use it for her hair. Mm-hmm.
She's gonna do goodness.
Yep, I gotta do the other side. Also, this part is looking kind of funny, but oh well.
I get like
You like it? Perfect. That's all that matters. That's another thing, is like, if she likes it, I'm fine. Like, I'm very critical on my own ability, but if you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. And if it's like doing what it needs to do in terms of holding moisture in her hair and whatever. Like, so like now, like with the dry scalp, because I have so much more access to her scalp, I can really go in there more regularly with the scalp oil without like weighing down her hair, because her texture is like, her scalp gets dry, but then if I use oils that are too heavy, it just looks like really, it just weighs it down and gets oily.
This is yogurt.
Yogurt. She has yogurt. Any other? You're probably stuck up one in the States. I tried looking into ordering Cantu Kids for Amazon. Yeah, that's another thing, like import things are pricey. And then there's just like more options in this, like, especially like there's the mixed chicks or something brand for, and they have like a kids line too. So,
Tell them that you got pizza last night when I was
can you not like a baby while we do it? Okay. Yeah, I went out and got pizza last night. You know, was going to sleep and I went out with a friend. Yeah, definitely trying to stock up when we can. But there is like Shea Moisture products. I've seen a lot of Shea Moisture products, which is cool. So yeah, that's my tips and tricks that I know.
Be patient.
Huh?
Be patient.
Oh yeah, being patient with her and myself, because I'll be getting frustrated sometimes, and it just makes the whole experience worth it. I mean, not worth it, so I try to just chill out. And like I said, I used to get like so like, oh man, this little piece is sticking out, it's like a weird bump there, and it's just like whatever. It's like, especially with how active she is, like I know this is probably just gonna last a week, but at least it's a week where like we don't have to touch it, and I can hopefully stay ahead of her scalp issues. But yeah, so like with this particular style, you know, I'm turning for a second. Look towards my belly for a second. Like where all the braids are kind of going towards one thing. I'm still trying to get that better. Like it's not really clean right now in terms of like the sectioning. But one thing I think I actually figured out today is that to put a braid like where I want the hair tie to be. So like kind of like how you would just do like a regular box braid. So just like take a section of hair here, braid this out, and then put everything towards that one braid. So you can like really gauge like where the hair tie is gonna be. So I've been trying that method and we'll see how it works out.
So, that's what I really think about what it is that I'm going to say to you is ask questions, take notes, and remember there's no stupid questions. If you have an idea, there's a concept, whatever it is, remember there's no stupid questions. I want to hear everything you have to say. I think that's going to help us explain.
But yeah, that's what I got for now. I think I'm gonna take a break before I start the second half of her hair. Probably hop off of this live and hop back on. But yeah, see you in a sec. How do I exit? And